Rodger, I just saw you there. How you doing? Just about the letters.
Did admin, I asked them to call you this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I've done.
Sorry, the photographs of the burger farms.
I have asked the OIC to contact the person who owns the van to take photographs of the inside.
Right.
I'll wait for them to come to me. So
Bill Beale.
Okay. So Bill Beale to take photographs of the inside. When I get those, you'll get them.
But the problem I have is we're up for sentence on the 21st of December.
Okay.
And they said whenever we were in court, the judge agreed that should we be found guilty, in order to have to be valued before we be sentenced.
So I amended the charge. Remember, I amended it. So I don't know if it's worth $9,000. I don't know whether it's worth $2,000. I don't know. So I said an unknown value. What I think came out in evidence is that it was in a poor state of repair inside. Okay. The body. I don't know what the value of.
Well, there's a big difference. Like if something's £9,000.
I'm not saying it's $9,000.
No, but but that's on the charge sheet.
It's on, and I amended it to unknown value. I've got no idea what.
Sure, that could be
valued
opposite.
at.
You could say quid then. It says worth £1.
What do you say it's worth?
Scrap.
You think it's scrap?
Yeah.
Well, let's say that's a starting point, scrap. I'll go to the officer and say, defence may say this is worth scrap. Can we have this valued?
Well,
how about that?
Well, no. I want the photographs as well for.
I've asked for the photographs, and I'll get those when I get them.
So will it be fair enough to ask for the sentence, or for it to be laid back and put off the next year? I've put an appeal in, you see. So
to this one?
Yeah. I've appealed it and I've asked for a stay in proceedings. So can it be stayed till the new year then? Would you be happy with that? Because obviously I've got this hanging over my head.
You have it hanging over your head, right? But what I'll do is ask for a valuation of the van.
Photographs, value.
Photographs and valuation of the van.
And then I'll probably want a second opinion on that, I would imagine. Wouldn't you though? You know, because at the end of the day, all the equipment and all inside, the point being, whenever I sort of proved in the court that the guy had said I could have it, what was his name, Robin, the guy in the Arbel, whenever he said he could have it, I thought, well, if they had seen the picture of the van, they would have knew that the van was in a bad disrepute. So therefore, it wouldn't be like.
They can see the body worn footage that shows the van up in detail.
I mean, not inside.
It's not scrap.
Not inside.
It doesn't show inside, and that's what I've asked for the photographs.
Yeah, holes in the floor and rat shit. Right. All the machinery, all listed right through and all. You know, so it was scrap. Yeah, it was left in a field open for over 4 years, and it had even the gas and all was still in it. You know, which is totally illegal on their behalf, you know, so there's stuff that I don't want to get into. I just don't want to get up for sentencing on the 21st of December for a start. I'm appealing, so I think it would be like fair, in the interest of justice, I think it would be fair that it was laid back till after Christmas.
Well, they won't put it back till after the appeal. They won't do that because the appeal could take to February, could take to March. They won't put it back that long. They will sentence you. It doesn't mean you can't still bring an appeal, but they will still sentence you. What they would probably do, you can be given bail pending an appeal. Okay? So you can be sentenced.
I'm not expecting to be put in jail, but at the end of the day,
I don't know what's
coming up. I know, but it's coming down as a £9,000 theft and deception, even where Aspel's concerned. Now I've asked Paul Rodgers to upload. He took the CDs from the 2 hearings. Remember I said in court that that the judge had said that he agreed that Mr. Aspel should, remember you put on the face, I said Mr. Aspel should be a co-accused, yes, rather than thing. Now I've asked for the CD to be transcribed where it states that. You know, so the judge agreed that with Mr. Brooks, the first stage, which we weren't there obviously. You know, so there's been a chain here.
Well, I mean, I can say to you, I don't think Aspel, I don't think he should ever be the co-accused, in my view of the evidence. The value...
But the judge though.
Well, I don't know. He doesn't get to read the statements. Judge doesn't read the statements.
Well, anyway, so what I'm wanting is the video evidence or the picture photographs from inside the van. Obviously, if it had went to jury or something, you could say, look, here's the difference. If you're saying here's a burger van, why would anybody go and lift a catering van which is worth £9,000? Obviously, you're going to say Apple.
I don't think for 1 second the court's thinking Alex Kennedy went out there, saw this, wow, it's £9,000, I'm lifting this. It came out in the evidence when you went out. This is my view. You saw a van, you think it's abandoned, you take it.
No, I asked.
Oh, you asked, but that's what I'm saying. This is my view of the evidence. You thought no one's going to come back. But you didn't think, if you had known that someone living there owned that van, I don't think Alex, you would have went out and taken it. It's my view. I don't think it was dishonest in that sense. But you can't just take something that there should have been more inquiries.
Well, no, but I think the biggest crux of the case was when I asked in the Arbor Cafe, the name on it was in the Arbor, I phoned it, the number, it didn't answer. I went into the Arbor Cafe, he said I could have it, I phoned him, then went into him and he said he could have it, said I could have it, said in the Arbor one, he said the past owner had left it there over 4 or 5 years. And also, whenever we spoke to Bill Dale in evidence in court, he turned around and he said he was surprised that Robin didn't know it was his, the guy in the Arbor.
Yeah.
And also, Robin also stated that the van had been, or there'd been trouble with DEFRA about the mess and all the rest of it, you know, so it could have been he wanted it just removed and he was glad to see the back of it.
I don't know.
But the bigger thing, the bigger issue with me was that when I asked in court, did Robin have Mr. Dale, Bill Dale, I said, do you have proof of ownership? And he said no. You know, so this has been put out in the public domain.
I own loads of things that I don't have proof of ownership for them.
So how do you...
A TV or whatever he says, it's his evidence.
But something in your home is different. Something lying in the field for a few years. Obviously, you're more skilled than I.
If it was a car, then you would have certificate of ownership or registration.
Catering vans have them
I don't know whether they do or not.
And even owned by a charity, you would have thought there would have been a receipt for it.
But he says he owns it and the magistrates believe him.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly. But the guy in the cafe said that the guy off island owned it. You know, so how do we know how are we ever going to know? You know, I've been found guilty on theft of something that has been legally told to me with the witness, by the way. It's not something the old lady was with me, my witness. I've asked for. I'm saying, why would I put a bird catering van in front of my own house if it's stolen? I've had Mr.
Well, that's what I've said to you. I think you went out there and didn't think you thought it was abandoned.
No, it was cold. It was cold.
I know.
It was cold as abandoned.
But the court thing.
But you would have thought on that basis. You would have said, listen, we got. Once you heard all that, because obviously you're only seeing black and white. Basically, the courts are saying.
But theft by findings an offence.
It's not by finding. I was offered it. I was given it.
That's the phrase. But yeah, I didn't believe that, and the court didn't believe it.
Right.
That's what it comes down to. Now, I don't think this is a particularly serious theft. Yeah. I can't say to you custody is not an option because I can't remember what the previous is like. I don't know.
But it's up to you to ask for it. Well, no. I
wouldn't ask for it.
I wouldn't think previous would come into it because previously, if you went out, you've done something dishonestly, you've done it dishonestly. But if you've went down and asked a question, because someone's directed me to the catering vans out there, approved that it needed it for to work it, I cleaned it, started trying to clean it up. The fact the police would have, if Mr. Deal had thought this catering van is worth £9,000, the equipment and all is in it. It's been lying there for 5 years, and I can tell the equipment has been good at one time. Yeah. So he's left it in the field, or whoever's left it in the field. So would you buy a catering van, leave it wide open from a charity, owned by a charity for £9,000?
So I don't know what the magistrates might say. It's not more than scrap. It's still theft.
Who's doing the sentencing, Mr. Brooks?
No, it should be the same bench as what.
But I've applied now at the minute for a stay in proceedings on the basis of get the photographic evidence, because like anything, you can't sort of, as long as the police is ring, you can't start arresting people and saying you've taken this belongs to me, it's worth 20,000 quid, and run a case on that. Sorry, that's the factual.
That's why I didn't.
But let's be factual. A £9,000 case charge put in the public domain, and on the radio and put. On Facebook and all too.
That's why I'm going to go to the OIC and say we can get a valuation for it. He might listen. I could go back to the court and say I'm happy for the sentenced on a really low value.
But the case was decided that it would be put back for. She said.
Did he not give evidence? Bill Deal. Is it Bill Deal that owned this?
Bill Deal.
Did he not give evidence of what he bought it for?
No, he had no receipt.
No, he had no receipt, but I'm sure he gave evidence on what he bought. I'll go back and check.
Sure, it doesn't make a difference. It does.
If he bought it, then if he bought it for £8,000, it's worth £8,000.
No, sure, everything deteriorates. And if you left something for 9 years, if he bought something 5 years ago or 6, if he bought it, which we don't know.
He said he did. I know you're saying that.
But that's hearsay.
It's not he gave direct evidence that he bought it.
But that's still
evidence.
No, it's hearsay that he bought it for 9,000. It's evidence he states it.
He's saying, it's not hearsay.
He's saying in court he bought it for 9,000,
yeah.
right? But it's not there's no evidence to prove that. The only evidence given in court is what he states.
Yes, but that is evidence. That's how evidence is done. That is evidence to prove it. Now, whether it's still worth, whether it's worth 9k, that's a different question, right? Because because he might have paid 9k for it. It might be worth 4. Don't know. I will ask the OIC. I will OIC.
But the thing is, the difference is, it looks on the public domain that I have about the store catering fund. It's not coming across like Mr. Kennedy has went out, he's trying to get a business, it hasn't been put out. Asphalt has phoned up on a day and said, oh, this, by the way, the trailer, it's still missing. The other trailer that Asphalt took, you know what I mean? It's just not even the trailer that they'll deal. I've been charged with £4,500 deception as well, selling something that was, first charge was for the value of £4,500, when realistically all it did was relay the question back from
Anthony. Deception for internet, wasn't it?
Anthony Aspel asked me, can you find out if that trailer's for sale? I rang the same guy who's in the Arbo Cafe, and I said, listen, what about that other trailer? What can be done with it? He says, you can take it. And Aspel says to me, yours, I'll give you money for getting it for me. You know, so I got that money to use towards doing the vomit. There was nothing to see for me. He went out technically and took it out of the field. So at that stage, that's where Mr. Brooks would have been right.
We'll go around in circles. I've asked for the photographs. We'll get them when I get them. Okay. I'll ask for a valuation. Ask for a stay. You might be better. I know you Paul. I don't know whether you get legal. Be represented. Get Paul the advice.
Are you happy for a stay?
No.
You're not?
No.
So you haven't provided me with evidence that you're not happy for a stay?
I'd be cracking on my sentencing. But I might be able to get a valuation before the thing. But I also might say to the
I'm
court,
probably going to protest on Facebook and stuff, you know, so you might make a or whatever at the end of the month, because
I'd really rather you didn't, Alex.
I know, but I know I'm going to court and I'm going to appeal.
That's fine, but it doesn't mean you go on social media and start acting.
It's not fine. I'll only tell the truth. It's not fine. You know what I mean? But anyway, here.